Hey there, posse. Pairing wine with pasta is like finding a perfect dance partner. One makes the other better, and if done right, the results can be absolutely magical. But let's be honest, sometimes you're just trying to find a bottle that won't argue with your spaghetti. Stay tuned. In this episode, we'll be looking at a list of the top 10 wines to pair and drink with your pasta. I'm hungry. Come on. Let's go. Hey there, Posse. I'm Pierre, and welcome to Asti Wine Consultants. In this episode, we'll be looking into 10 of our favorite Italian pasta and the wines that go really well with them. Are you ready? Let's roll up our sleeves and dig in. Chianti and spaghetti bolognese are like a match made in Italian heaven. The wine's bright acidity cuts right through the richness of the meat sauce, while its cherry and herbal notes make you feel like you're dining in a Tuscan village. Even if you're just at home in your sweatpants. And let's face it, after one or two glasses, you'll probably just start saying things like, Mamma mia. If the dinner conversations turns quiet, just say something like, this Chianti is so well balanced. And then sip thoughtfully. Nobody's going to know the difference. Next up is Pinot Grigio with pesto pasta. Pesto is herbally and garlicky and packs a punch, so you need a light, crisp wine that can hang without stealing the show. Enter Pinot Grigio, your refreshing sidekick that says, I'm not here to compete with the pesto. I'm here to party alongside it. Pinot Grigio keeps things cool and breezy even when you're this close to eating the pesto straight out of the jar. If the wine isn't cool enough, just swirl your glass dramatically and say, I'm just letting it breathe. Brunello with truffle pasta. Truffle pasta is rich, decadent, and makes you feel like you should be wearing a velvet evening coat while eating it. You need a wine that's equally fancy. Enter Brunello, which is known as the king of wines. Its bold flavor of dark fruit and earthy notes match the truffle pasta's luxurious vibe and makes you feel like royalty even if you're eating off a paper plate. Plus, Brunello has enough complexity to make you seem like you really know your wine stuff. Say Brunello with an exaggerated Italian accent every time. It adds to the experience. Brunello. Sangiovese with lasagna. Now, this one is my coup de grace. Lasagna is a layered masterpiece of pasta, cheese, and sauce, so you need a wine that can stand up to its many different personalities. Sangiovese is bold, moderately tannic, and just acid enough to handle all that tomatoey, cheesy goodness. Plus, its red fruit flavors will leave you saying, another slice, please, even though you've already probably had 3 helpings. Lasagna and Sangiovese are like that hot Italian couple who argue, but somehow it works. Strong, fiery, passionate, and unforgettable. If anyone ever asks me what Sangiovese means, it means I'm all about a second bottle. How are you doing there? Are you loving the Italians? Is this information helpful? If it is, write Asti in the comments below. Okay, number 5 is Chardonnay. With fettuccine Alfredo is creamy, rich, and borderline indulgent, so you need a wine that can bring some balance without drowning in all that buttery goodness. A lightly oaked Chardonnay with hints of citrus and vanilla does the trick. It cuts through the sauce while adding a little elegance. It's like the wine equivalent of bringing a sensible guest to a really wild party. They make things better without causing drama. Now, for maximum effect, swirl a Chard and close your eyes and say, this is buttery, before diving back into the Alfredo. Now, next up is Zinfandel with spicy arrabbiata pasta. Arrabbiata is a sauce that's fiery, and you need a wine that can handle the heat without throwing a tantrum. Zinfandel, with its jammy fruit flavors and hints of spice, it's actually the perfect wingman. It's bold enough to take on the spice, but smooth enough to keep things from getting out of hand. And then after a few sips, you'll be feeling invincible. Well, until you realize you've been sweating through the last 10 bites. If the heat gets too much, let your friends know that you're pausing to appreciate the wine's complex finish. Sauvignon Blanc with shrimp scampi. Now, shrimp scampi is light and buttery with a hint of garlic. You'll need a wine that's zesty and refreshing to keep up. Sauvignon Blanc, with its crisp acidity and citrus notes, is like a burst of fresh air that makes each bite feel like you're dining in the seaside. It's the perfect wine for when you want to feel like you're on vacation, even if you're just eating in front of the TV. Now, serve it chilled and you'll feel slightly better about the fact that you've just eaten 2 pounds of shrimp. Nero d'Avola with pasta alla norma. Pasta alla norma is chock full of eggplant, tomatoes, and ricotta. It's a Sicilian favorite, so naturally you need a Sicilian wine. Nero d'Avola brings bold flavors of dark cherry and plum with just enough acidity to balance the richness of the fried eggplant. It's like the wine and pasta are having a passionate Sicilian argument in your mouth. And trust me, that's a good thing. Now, after a glass or two, start gesturing wildly with your hands. That's the Sicilian way. Now, number 9 is rosé with carbonara. Carbonara, with its creamy sauce, pancetta, and parmesan, needs a wine that can hang out without overpowering the delicate balance of flavors. Enter a dry rosé. It brings with it fruity notes and just enough acidity to complement the dish without making things too heavy. It's the perfect match for when you're feeling fancy but still want to drink pink wine. Now, and then if anyone questions your choice of rosé in the winter, just respond as if you're a French and say, rosé is a lifestyle, not a season. And then we finally have Prosecco. Well, actually, any pasta, honestly, when in doubt, go with Prosecco. Its bubbles cut through the creamy sauces, its acidity balances tomato-based dishes, and its fun, light vibe makes every meal feel like a celebration. Plus, Prosecco pairs with the fact that after all that pasta, you may need something to lift your spirits and your stomach. And then just pop the cork with a finish and say, every night, pasta night, when there's Prosecco. Well, there you have it. 10 great Italian pastas and wine pairings that even Mama would love. Enjoy. Hey, Posse, thanks a ton for taking the time to watch this video. I promise no grapes were harmed in the making of it. Well, maybe just a few. Now, if you got any questions, let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you don't want to miss out on any of my future content, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to check out some of these other videos. Until next time, cheers.